I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Ghosty and Lady.
This thermos here. Do you know how many, I don't know, was this like a gallon, half a gallon?
I have no idea. It's 64 ounces.
Is it?
I have no clue.
I'm drinking 64 ounces of chaga.
Does it say 64 on the bottom?
No. But I'm drinking chaga.
Maybe it's 40.
It's very bitter, which means that it's very potent.
Yeah.
And,
Or poisonous.
no, I was looking about the health benefits of chaga, and it's really a superfood. The only superfood that's above chaga is chocolate.
I'm just gonna say you got sick, so.
Well, I didn't. That's because I haven't been drinking my chaga.
No, you drank it the days that you got sick. I'm just saying. Just.
Maybe it's my body's like not used to having so much healthy stuff.
Your body's like,
where's the Red Bull?
Stop with this health.
Okay, so this is my guy Corey. This is we've got a.
What do you say? Down the rabbit trail. Remember you kept saying down the rabbit trail every time we were doing one of those weeks? Down the rabbit trail of fulfilling all of our commitments.
Right. So we've got a giant backlog. There's a $75 partner tier where you can get your song bumped to the top of the list. And so we have a lot of... We've got like 3 or 4 more songs to do, right?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
And then we're going to breeze through all of our Alliance picks.
Yep, we've got all those to...
So thank you to the Alliance guys, and thank you to
That's the people that are on Patreon. Your dollars transfer to points, and then you can use them to like get the song that you want reacted to.
So we're marathoning through that, and then we'll be back to business as usual. For all our patrons, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
We genuinely
You sustained us during our maternity leave.
You did, and we appreciate that. To all of you non-patrons, we love you 100 trillion%. We love you guys. We know that not everybody can do that, and so everything will be back to business as usual. Thank everybody for being patient.
And everybody that purchased stuff for that baby shower, for Stephanie, thank you so much. She pretty much got everything on her list. So, yeah, super excited about that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the proudest thing of everything that we've done. We've got 30+ million, we've got 100+ subs, But every single time somebody's needed help, our community has shown up.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And you can't. I mean, so when I say we have the best community, like I'm not. Oh, I have the best. Like we legitimately do. Mm-hmm. We got people that care for people outside of this, and it's not just financial either. It's a lot of emotional support. I see people take care of each other. People text me, make sure I'm good. We just have the best community, and it's bigger than Vin and Sori. So that's obvious. So thank you guys. All right, let's get into it. This is The Isle by the band AHAB. So this should be very interesting. I'm very excited to hear this song. Shout out to the big homie Corey. Let's make it happen. Let's go. And that was an interesting song. Okay, what do you got?
It was boring for me.
The Glen Carrig is based on a book. It's an actual... It's supposed to be a horror book, The Boats of Glen Carrig.
Really?
Yeah, and it's about these people, they're on this boat, and then they strike this rock, this unseen rock underwater, and then it's basically the survival of these people, and some of them die and some of them don't. And
did I totally not hear you? Did you say it was a horror movie?
It's a horror. It's a literary horror. It's a horror book. It's a book about horror because, they're capsized. They're trying to survive, and they have to deal with apparently monsters and all this stuff. And what happens with people when they're in that situation?
Sounds like drama to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. H.P. Lovecraft actually wrote an essay about this book. So, so that to me was the control for interpreting the lyrics.
Okay.
Was, it's these people and they're on this boat and there's an unseen rock that destroys their ship, and then they have to, contend and try to live and all that jazz. It's been 5 days in these boats of the Glen Carrig. When I saw it by such, and it's interesting because that right there.
Yeah.
I saw it by such solitude.
Yeah, I didn't understand what they were saying.
That's kind of the language of the book. It's this archaic, almost Middle English type of thing.
All right, well that makes sense.
Alas, God moves in mysterious ways. So it seems like he's incarnating that, and it's a concept album, The Boats of the Glen Carrig. So they did an entire album based on this book, basically. Is what happened. Because I'm assuming that's what's happened. Because the Isle, it's the first one, and then The Light in the Weed, Mary Madison. She's one of the characters in the book. She actually, not to be a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure she married. She was the romantic character, and they got married at the end of the book. She was a survivor and all that jazz. H.P. Lovecraft criticized the author for that because he basically was saying, you had an awesome horror thing going, and then you ended the book on a romantic, whatever. What's wrong with you?
All right.
Look at this commercial. Manscaped, confidence below the waist. Get manscaped. Okay, strange. So the whole song, the whole record is about that. So this is the crash had happened, and then they made it to the Isle, and then the Isle has all these horrors in it, which I'm assuming gets explicated in the next. God moves in mysterious ways.
So that when it says if we'd only known it was sheer madness, we'd have stayed away many nautical mile. Right. So they're saying they would have stayed away from where they crashed. Or
they would have stayed away from the island.
An island after they crashed, and they're saying they would have stayed away.
Right. Because that's where all the horror stuff happened.
Had we have known, we would have let ourselves drown.
Well,
basically.
Yeah, it looks like they were so scared that it would have been better to fend for yourself on the wreckage of the boat than to live on the island type of situation.
Okay.
Which is one of those things where there's a lot of times when you think that something is going to end up being your salvation, and then you look at it and you're like, ugh. I would have tried my luck better in the other situation. You know what I mean? So...
Tried my luck?
My luck.
Oh, I thought you said tried my look.
No, it's just sometimes you run into situations and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna... Alright, boom, this is gonna solve the problem. And it ends up, creating...
I've done that a million times.
Creating a whole slew of other problems. Which is... That phrase, God works in mysterious ways, is a very... The first time I heard it was actually on the mouth of my stepfather, not my mom. Which is odd, because I got all my spiritual stuff from my mom, but my stepdad said that. He said, God works in mysterious ways, Bethany, So...
Why did he say it?
I have no idea. It always gets said in when something doesn't go right or something like that. And, in this one, some random rock... destroys your boat and then, creates the circumstances in which you end up on this island. There was something a couple days ago where, what was that situation?
It was the car.
Right, we had to take the car into the shop because once again we had car problems, and then you had this dream.
But I had a dream that the SUV blew up, like literally blew up, and it was like the only thing left was like the metal, like it burned the paint, it burned the seats, it burned everything. Everything was gone.
Yeah, so she's like, Vincent, we gotta go to the car, I'm gonna get the car. And you've had some pretty vivid dreams or premonitions that came true, like to the letter.
Yeah.
So anytime you bring up some dream, I'm like, wait a second.
But we brought it in. They said there was no problem with it. They fixed the check engine light. We drove away and it came back on. So it still could happen. So if we blow the fuck up over the next hour.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, because we're going.
Nobody was in the car when it happened.
We're going out of state after we cut this video.
We are.
Excellent timing. I appreciate you for that. But it is. You know, so we're driving, so that didn't happen. On the drive back, we're like, oh, you know, let's get a Nintendo Wii for the kids.
Yeah. I just said it on the fly. I was like, I wish we had
a
Nintendo for the kids so we could play all together as a family.
Right.
And it's not like, you know, violence or, you know what I mean? Like,
not
it's just
serious.
Yeah, nothing's very serious. It's very light. The colors are bright. Happy. I want happiness.
Sadoced. Right. So then we go to the video place.
Yeah, don't say what it is because I don't want the guy to get in trouble. I don't know if he could.
I'm going to say it anyway. I'm not going to name the name of the place that we went to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So then Sori comes running out to the car and is like, oh my God. I'm like, why is she running and why is there no Nintendo? And then
I was in there and this guy comes in to like cash in. I guess you can bring your old devices to this game place and they'll give you cash for it like right there. So they hook it up to the machine. It was an iPad Pro. And so they hook it up to the machine. They run the diagnostics on it, make sure everything's good with it. It was. And so they said, we'll give you $130 for it. This thing was like mint. The guy had bought it or somebody bought it for him, I'm not sure.
It still had a little plastic thing.
It had the plastic on the thing. It had a keyboard that came with it and a nice little, he was like, I was like, oh my word, yeah. I was like, if I had cash on me right now, it was like, I would, but inside I was like, would he do the deal with me or would the people stop him? Anyway, long story short, the guy was like, I mean, I'd sell it to you.
I'm sure he would.
I was like,
I'd sell it to you too.
You would?
I'm like, yeah, I would absolutely sell it to you guys. I mean, you.
Stop that.
You. Yeah, sure.
So he was like, he's like, I mean, yeah, I'll sell it to you. I was like, and then I looked at the guy behind the counter. I was like, would you like stop that deal or because they had already like made the deal?
He ran it through the system, make sure everything was on spec, and it was.
Yeah. And then he was like, I mean, you have to do the deal outside, which he didn't make us do, actually.
And no dude is going to say no to you.
That's not true.
It's not going to happen.
That's what you just said no to me like 3-4 hours ago.
Yeah, but that's different. I'm a different type of dude. I'm on another level. I'm a Super Saiyan. They're regular dudes, and they're not going to say no to you. That's obvious.
So anyways, I ran out. I was like, Vin! So I told him about the deal. He was like, yeah. So he like ran to the ATM. And then we gave the guy the money and we got the iPad. But we were saying like, if I hadn't had the dream, we wouldn't have had the SUV out. Then we wouldn't have landed in town getting a Nintendo. And then we wouldn't have had that awesome deal with the iPad. So.
Yeah. I love how like seemingly insignificant circumstances are connected to a larger meta narrative that is life changing. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy stuff. So, I mean, that happens for the better or for the worse. And a lot of Christians are weird. Like, so if it happens for the better, it's like, oh yeah, God was behind that. But then if it happens the other way, they say it's the devil.
Yeah, or somebody else, or they blame somebody else.
What was God doing? Is he on vacation? You know, you can't, be logically consistent and say, I mean, it happens. It works. The sword cuts both ways. I remember you used to be like, God doesn't care about. You used to mock me.
Oh,
like,
I did.
You think God cares about your toothpaste? Ha 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 ha. You had your little arrogant,
I did.
Little
I was like,
laugh.
what in the world? Like, you think God cares if you buy Close Up or you buy, friggin' Colgate?
Yeah.
You were like, God is in all those details. I'm like, this is a madman.
Ceiling Negro.
And then, but then you like, you said, a few different things. You gave an example.
Well,
obviously.
the limerick of the nail.
The what?
The limerick about the nail. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the battle was lost. For want of the battle, the war was lost. And so a whole nation turned upon a single nail.
Yeah. That wasn't the thing that got me, but you had a story, and I was like...
Well, there's also a thing called the Bible that might... Sometimes the Bible, especially like if people claim to be Christian, sometimes the Bible actually influences...
It sways their mindsets.
Their thought patterns on things. Who would have thought?
I don't remember you saying... I'm sure you did give me Bible verses, but there was an actual event that like you had told me about that I was like... in regards to shoes.
Yeah.
And so it kind of made me be like, oh, I guess maybe like that... Maybe God is in those smaller details. And then I don't know if you told me or if I told myself that I was like, yeah, but what is significant about a freaking leaf falling from a tree? And I'm like, well, one leaf, another leaf, more leaves, they all create a pile. And if somebody slips on that pile, maybe something like there could be something, but you needed all those leaves to accomplish that. So there is some other purpose.
Well, yeah, and there's a movie called The Butterfly Effect where the whole movie's about that.
What?
Yeah. But it's a horror movie, so I never.
I'm like, why didn't you tell me about this?
It's called The Butterfly. A butterfly flips his wings in Africa, and it sets off all these chain reactions that affect you here. Oh,
I don't like horror movies.
Yeah, I mean it's horror, but the idea. I never saw the movie either, but the idea was a very fascinating idea.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Then there came the first telling of life like a lonesome wind or a breathy sigh, yet there was no breeze that filled the air with such a despairful cry. So, like, stuff is happening on this island. And I think, like, what they were trying to do musically was kind of communicate what was going on in the book, which is basically, you have these moments where everything is peaceful and quiet and calm, and then you have these dark, foreboding moments. The book was...
You read the whole book?
No. But I think that's what they were trying to accomplish with the song. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And an interesting name for a band, AHAB.
Well, they did that. Yeah, musically, you mean. Yeah.
Right.
I really liked their, like, slower, prettier parts. I liked those.
Well, yeah.
But...
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to do, was, like, that dichotomy of, like, peacefulness, but then, like, that undercurrent of fear.
Well, I mean, it felt like a very long song, and so maybe that was part of it, too, was if you were trapped on an island where there was, like... You know what I mean? Like, you're not going anywhere.
I just think if you read the book, that the song...
You'd appreciate it more.
Right.
I'm sure, yeah.
Right.
Okay, I want you... Have you ever tried to do these growl vocals before?
Huh?
Have you ever tried to do that sound that they do?
I'm the guitarist.
No. Have you ever tried to do vocally what they do? Do you want to try?
No.
I think it would be fun. We both try.
Okay,
because we've never tried it before. No. Are you going to do it too?
Well, sure. What part are we talking about?
I don't know. Oh, it just doesn't matter, right?
I can't be that difficult.
Well, I feel like that you'd have to have something stuck in your throat to make it do that. But then you need to have your throat...
When I'm angry, I don't get like that. I get quiet when I'm angry, so it's kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't growl when I'm angry, but I raise my voice to it.
You do.
Even if we're on our walk.
Yeah.
No. You gotta say the words. I mean, everybody can go raw.
What word?
I don't know. Let's see where we're at.
Let's try it. We harked to the weeping of souls.
I want to hear him say it so I can copy it. What part were we?
I think he's saying a sullen growling from afar. Try it again. Wait, do it again. Hit. Wait.
Start where? I don't know.
Alright, it starts at 8:12. 8:13 actually.
You ready?
Alright.
Just hear it, then we'll pause it.
It starts at 8:13.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean do it at the same time. Just do it solo.
Okay, I just did my part.
No, we didn't hear you because this is going.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. Oh, soul. No, how do you? Oh, soul. How do you?
Yeah, you had a sullen growling from afar.
Sullen growl. I can't do it.
Look into the camera.
Okay, wait, hold on. It is not. It's just gonna, everybody's gonna see my red face. Okay, hold on. Oh, sullen growling. Okay, do it.
I can't do it. I should have done it before you. Because the way that you did your face, it reminded me of Orion when he's angry, which is every day.
Right, usually at night when we're trying to go to bed.
A sullen growling from afar.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound evil.
Well, it's better than yours. Yours was laughter. You try and do it. You do it again.
Okay. A sullen growling. I can't.
All right. What do you give the song?
I'm gonna. 7.
I'll give it an 8.3 because anytime somebody like does that type of ambitious, concept records are difficult.
Yeah.
Especially if I forgot the name of the band. I think it's Coheed and Cambria, where there's an entire graphic novel and an entire story and all that stuff.
Yep.
But he wrote it.
Right.
Whereas these guys are doing a concept record from another author, which I think is more difficult.
I just think that be careful. YouTube might come after you for not creating your own content.
Oh gosh.
When you were watching that was it a cartoon? They're like, so in the end,
oh yeah, when you get a copyright strike, thank you to the wonderful people at that manage Guns N' Roses. In order for you to get back into your thingamajig, you have to watch this cartoon about copyright strikes where YouTube tells you.
Oh, you had to watch that?
Yeah, it wouldn't let us back into it. I didn't watch that shit voluntarily. You kidding me?
You watched it though.
Not voluntarily. There's no way for us to get back into our profile. You can hit play
and do your thing. You know what I mean? But you sat there and you watched it. Whatever you want to do.
Well, you can't. It won't let you do anything on YouTube.
It watches your eyeballs watching the screen?
No, it freezes your account.
Yes, I know.
We had to upload the next day's stuff, and I couldn't get in and upload our stuff.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't have to literally watch the screen when it was
I wanted to make sure that it was done when it was done. Because
well, you did good.
If you forget, which actually I did, I was 26 minutes late on today's release. So if you forget, then
yeah, no, you did.
I just saw all of your GNR reactions were removed. I hope it's not a
copyright strike.
Yeah, it is, Rocco Star.
It is.
Much love to you, big homie.
Yep.
It's funny because we were just talking about it. See, God moves in mysterious ways.
You see
right
that? There. If we wouldn't have stopped to do the growl singing, that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. 8.3.
6.9. I'm going a little bit lower.
All right. Thanks to the big homie Corey. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.